Hey there. How you feeling?
Been better. Those cuffs for me.
It's Rangela. She left town with Audrey after, everything. Which makes me acting sheriff of Iron Lake. Angela was so sorry about mistakenly arresting you for the murder of Matt Caldwell. Obviously, it turned out his dad. Well, you know.
Mm-hmm.
She was even more sorry about shooting you. When she found that bullet hole in your cell, which proved that Logan had shot at you and you were just defending yourself, she felt like shit. Look, all pleasantries aside, I have to fulfill my duties as acting sheriff of Iron Lake. We don't have a lot of resources, but I have to enforce justice. That's the job. So, do you want to press charges against the Iron Lake Sheriff's Department for Chief Angela Bishop shooting you?
No. No, that's okay. It was a misunderstanding. I'd prefer to just put it behind me. Us.
You don't know how much of a relief. Gosh, you're the best. Thank you for taking the high road.
I try.
Ow! Oh, sorry, I'll let you rest then. You need anything, just let me know.
Thanks, Teddy.
You betcha.
As you're finished, I want a comprehensive luminol examination of this entire space. Okay. Who's that?
His name is Morgan. Harrison Morgan.
Oh, yeah. I almost forgot. I got some good news.
Lay it on me.
You're officially alive. After your shipwreck, I was the one that filled out your death certificate. When I heard you were alive, thought it fitting that Dexter Morgan be legally resurrected. Now you can vote, renew your license, be a regular Joe.
It's very thoughtful of you.
Rest.
Or is it because you can't prosecute a dead man? Separated into 9 parts, just like I would do. And the victim? A repeat sexual predator who slipped through the cracks.
Fits the code, huh, Dexter? You think Harrison's following in your footsteps?
I mean, body chopped in 9 parts, stuffed in garbage bags, and the victim being what he was.
The city's only 4 hours away. Easy drive for Harrison.
It's the perfect place to disappear.
And if it is Harrison, he could be in real trouble. The NYPD is no joke.
If they've already discovered the body, there's no telling what other mistakes Harrison might have made. All started the hotel Ryan never checked out of.
Batista's gonna be here soon.
Harrison took my truck. I need a car. Still no blood. It's interesting. Shower curtain's been around a while, but the plastic curtain liner is new.
Okay.
Thinking he used the plastic liner to wrap the body. And then replaced it with a new one. He may be following in my footsteps.
I'm not sure that's something to be happy about.
You were here all day.
I am aware.
You know, there was another rideshare driver killed yesterday. Perhaps you could look into that.
That is not my case.
I haven't got time for this. I've got a big gala coming up.
I'm well aware.
I had to close off this whole floor to guests. No one wants to be reminded of a murder.
Murder is all I think about.
We got any findings from our medical examiner we need to follow up on. We'll be out of here as fast as we can. Just let her do her thing. Porcelain dust in the Vic's hair, like from a lamp.
It was a flat object. More like a toilet tank lid. Notice how the bowl is an English bisque color, whereas the lid is alabaster? It may have been used as the murder weapon, then subsequently replaced.
Just what Harrison needs, a good cop.
And you already noted that the shower liner had been replaced.
It may have been used to carry the body away.
Right. We found enough for hypnol in the victim's luggage to put down an elephant. How's it all fit together? Maybe a date rape situation that went sideways.
That may be a component. But date rape victims do not typically murder their attackers, cut their bodies into 9 pieces, and place them in garbage bags.
No, they do not.
On the other hand, the medical examiner said our victim was hit repeatedly over the head, past the point of death. Ergo, there is a crime of passion element to this.
Doesn't sound like he's following in your footsteps.
We luminoled this room and found no bodily fluids at all. Typical cleansing bleaches, such as those utilized by this hotel, would not hide blood.
Only oxygen bleach would do
Only
that.
oxygen bleach would do that. Which suggests that an individual with some knowledge in forensics cleaned this room in an attempt to hide all evidence.
Smart boy.
I want to luminol all the bathrooms on this floor to prove that except for this one, every bathroom shows signs of bodily fluids.
Well, your only evidence is that the Empire is too clean. Well, good luck getting a warrant for that.
We will be coming back. This room remains under active investigation, yes?
Hey! Hey, that's my truck!
Read the sign.
From the tiniest drop of blood, I can determine how a man was killed. But I can't make any sense of this.
Look, I know you went to a lot of trouble to hook this up, but
Not interested. This is going to the impound lot in Brooklyn.
can I ride with you?
You really can't read, can you? Take your car.
What happened after this moment?
I helped him to his room, opened the door, and they went inside.
Did you go in with him?
No. No.
Because this is the last time we see Mr. Foster alive. Before his body parts end up on a garbage dock. So they enter his room. What next?
I went downstairs.
In the elevator.
In the service elevator. Employees aren't supposed to use the main elevators without a guest. My shift was over, so I went home.
Where's home?
I went to a bar. I'm sorry. I'm under 21. I didn't want to admit that. I met a girl there, and spent the night with her.
What is her name?
Julie. Judy. We didn't really exchange info, you know?
Well, I suggest finding out her name because she is your alibi.
Alibi. Am I suspect?
You are not a suspect. Well, I'm still gathering evidence. Send me your dates, name, and contact information, if you find it. We are done. Let us find every piece of surveillance we can on Mr. Morgan. Let me paint you a picture. You ask Mr. Foster what he is doing with that clearly drugged woman. He gets defensive and angry. And when you do not leave, he gets violent. And you do what anyone would do in that situation. You defend yourself. For your safety and the safety of the woman, I imagine you got into a fight, you ended up in the bathroom, and in a moment of desperation, you hit him with the porcelain lid of the toilet tank, killing him.
Found porcelain dust in the cranial wound of the victim.
Now, I know this must have been a traumatic experience, such an extreme act of violence, but it all happened so fast, and you did not want to get in trouble, so now you have to clean up. But first you take Shauna, the young woman, back to her room.
Using the service elevator.
And proceed to use what you can from the hotel to clean the room as thoroughly as possible. Oxygenated bleach. Very smart. Then it was time for the body. Dismembering him was your only option, so you take him to the one place that proved most convenient, the hotel kitchen.
It's closed at 1 a.m., but you know that.
Then it was simply a matter of chopping him up, bagging the parts, and throwing them out with the garbage. A task no one would ever choose, but made sense for the situation you found yourself in. Mr. Morgan, I have been told I'm not good at showing empathy, but I hope that you know that I understand what happened.
You tried to do the right thing. You saved a young woman from being raped. And if you cooperate with us, we can make sure that this whole thing goes from murder in the first degree to justifiable homicide.
It's up to you.
I have a confession to make.
You may proceed.
I never left the hotel that night. Because I live here.
You live here?
I'm homeless. I stay in vacant rooms every night. I'm just catching sleep where I can. My bosses don't know. That's why I lied about spending the night with a girl. I'm sorry.
Can anyone corroborate your story?
I don't want to get them in trouble.
They will not be. Enforcing Penal Code 140.05 is not my department.
Trespassing.
I'm guessing you didn't come back with more cute Miami stories.
I just heard about a guest at your hotel. You ever meet Ryan Foster?
Meet a lot of people at a hotel.
Or you might remember this one. Came in one piece, left in 9.
Yeah, I saw that guy in the news.
Funny thing is, that's exactly the way the Bay Harbor Butcher did it.
I really hope they catch that guy.
I spoke to the lead on the case, Detective Wallace. She said the cleanup of the suspected murder site was impeccable, almost as if the culprit was an expert or learned from one.
That sounds crazy.
Less crazy if you know the son of a notorious serial killer was at the same hotel that night. I didn't mention anything about you yet. And I don't have to. I'm just looking for confirmation about Dexter.
I already told you I don't know what you're talking about.
Now, honestly, that guy Ryan sounded like a real asshole. Good riddance. Did your dad make it seem like that's all he was doing? Taking out the worst criminals? Making the world a better place? Like he was some sort of dark avenger? A lot of innocent people died because of your dad. People that I loved. My ex-wife, Maria La Guetta, your Aunt Deb, your mother.
Harrison, don't.
Dad?
I know about Ryan Foster. The body chopped up into 9 parts. The bags, just how I taught you. I understand what you're going through.
I'm in hell. I have nightmares about killing Ryan. I see his face everywhere. This was his, and all I hear is this fucking ticking all the time, and I can't live with it. I can't carry this guilt, and that's why I went to turn myself in.
Maybe we're not as alike as I thought. Harrison, think about how many more women Ryan would have hurt if you hadn't intervened.
Intervening would have been calling security, not bashing someone's head in with a toilet tank cover. You tried to nurture something in me that wasn't... If you weren't you, I never would have killed Ryan.
There's more to who you are than your worst moment.
Is that what you told yourself when Mom was murdered? Okay. How about Aunt Deb? Captain LaGuardia.
LaGuardia, how do you... What are you talking about?
Batista. I talked to him this morning. You're not the only one who tracked me down.
Looks like I'm officially Batista's white whale.
He was trying to get me to confess that you're really the Bay Harbor butcher. He even implied that you trained me.
And what did you say?
I told him nothing.
Don't worry, Batista doesn't have anything. I talked to him like a week ago in Iron Lake.
That means he let me think you were dead. I don't even know what to believe anymore.
Batista was just trying to manipulate you.
Maybe. That doesn't mean everything he said was a lie.
Here. Let me take that. Let me carry it for you.
I had enough red tonight anyway.
Sorry, mon ami. Don't worry. This will all be over soon.
911, what's your emergency?
There's a guy screaming next door. I think some chick's trying to murder him. I heard her call herself Lady Vengeance or some shit. You gotta send help.
Sir, try and stay calm.
Stay calm my ass. The guy's in fucking trouble. It's fucking Lady Vengeance. It's 758 Albany Avenue, 5th floor. Hurry.
Help is on the way. What is your phone number?
Just in time, New York's finest at their finest. Foster, serial rapist, you are now a victim of Lady Vengeance. Even if I can't be in my son's life, at least I can make sure he has a life.
What do you think? Hotel Victims Watch.
Yes, it is.
Chalk up another one to Lady Vengeance.
I do not like that moniker.
Real name, Mia LaPierre. Thanks to inscriptions and other identifiers, we've already been able to link several of these trinkets to her suspected Vicks.
That's your $10. This is oxidized bleach.
I don't think Mia LaPierre killed Ryan Foster. You've got the wrong person.
We just talked through this.
Continue, Captain.
As I told you before, the Foster case reminded me of a serial killer from Miami. A person I worked with, the Bay Harbor butcher.
James Dokes.
Not exactly. I mean, James Dokes was named by the FBI as the Bay Harbor butcher. But this last year, I've learned new information that makes me suspect a different co-worker from back then. A forensic analyst from Miami Metro. Dexter Morgan. Now, when I heard the details of Ryan Foster's body being chopped up into 9 pieces, exactly the MO of the Bay Harbor butcher, I had a hunch that it was the work of the real killer.
So you think this old co-worker killed Ryan Foster?
No. Dexter was in a coma at the time of Ryan's death.
What?
In a clinic upstate.
Captain, I must inform you at this point you are not making any sense.
Dexter has a son. A young man by the name of Harrison Morgan. He's a bellman.
I'm familiar with Harrison Morgan.
I believe Harrison Morgan killed Ryan Foster, using methods taught to him by his father. And then Dexter Morgan planted Ryan's watch in Mia LaPierre's rental to frame her and exonerate his son.
How would this Dexter Morgan even find Lady Vengeance to make this whole elaborate plan possible?
Simple. The Bay Harbor butcher was known for hunting down and killing other serial killers.
But he didn't kill her.
Right, but
What is it that you want, Captain Batista?
I know you're on the list to talk to Mia LaPierre after the FBI.
Yeah, us and a dozen other homicide units from across the country. The line is long.
Let me tag along. All I need to do is show Mia Dexter's photo, and if she recognizes him, I'll know I'm onto something. We all have that one case that haunts us. The one we can't let go of until we get it right. The Bay Harbor butcher is that case for me.
We have an appointment with Miss LaPierre in the morning. You may come along and bring your photograph.
I mean, don't you find it a little strange that just before we're about to ask Lady Vengeance if she knows Dexter Morgan, she up and kills herself?
77% of all jail suicides occur between a detainee being charged and convicted.
Don't mess with Detective Wallace and statistics. She's a freaking numbers ninja.
None of this adds up. Do you seriously believe that the security cameras just happened to go down on Mia's cell block the very moment she offs herself?
The OIG report found widespread camera deficiencies throughout the facility.
Do you ever just trust your gut?
You are probably frustrated that the facts of this case do not fully support your theory, but we are not ruling anything out. We are simply following the evidence where it leads us.
You're being played. This guy is smart. He's escaped justice for decades.
Do you seriously believe that this Dexter guy snuck into jail, killed Mia LaPierre, faked her suicide, and snuck out before you could get to her with a photograph?
Your Lady Vengeance, Ryan Foster theory doesn't fully line up either. Starting with how she bashed his head in and cut him up, not her usual MO.
There are variations to all of the Lady Vengeance murders. She seems to change her methods depending on the circumstances. But there's one detail that is troubling.
Yeah?
Mia LaPierre's prints are on all of the trophies the authorities discovered at her rental, except one.
Let me guess. The watch. Any chance I could have access to DMV records?
Mr. Morgan. And also Mr. Morgan. You are Harrison's father.
Nice detective work.
I'm surprised to see you here.
I'm thinking about becoming a cop. That probably sounds weird after how we met, but honestly, seeing how dedicated you were to helping Ryan Foster's victims get justice, it was inspiring.
So you were following in the footsteps of your father.
How do you mean?
You were with Miami Metro Homicide, correct? Your old colleague, Angel Batista, paid me a visit.
Right. Batista. He was a good guy. Kind of spiraled when he found out his partner was the Bay Harbor butcher. Maybe you've heard of him? James Dokes. He was never really the same after that.
I'm sure that was upsetting for everyone.
Yeah, everybody had to work hard to move on. But some just couldn't. And then it got worse. When he lost his ex in the line of duty, he still loved her. Poor guy. Never really came back from that. He kind of pushed us all away. But we all loved him. Thanks for the show and tell. It's very eye-opening. Oh, one more thing. Your crowbar theory is interesting, but I couldn't help but notice the blood spatter is more consistent with a longer object, something with a handle that could be swung, maybe with a point at the end, like a hook.